Welcome back to the English 360 podcast, the place where real-life English becomes simple, friendly, and easy to use. I'm Mia.
And I'm Alex. Today's episode is all about one of the most common things you'll ever say in English: introducing yourself. Yes, your name, where you're from, a few details about you. It sounds simple, but it's actually a powerful skill.
Everywhere you go, a new job, a classroom, a Zoom meeting, a restaurant, even when you meet someone at the supermarket, introductions are the first step to connection. And here's the good news. You don't need advanced English to do it well. You just need a few clear sentences.
Exactly. And today, we're going to teach you those sentences. You'll learn how to say who you are, where you're from, what you do, and even a small detail about your life. The kind of short, friendly introductions that make people think, wow, this person speaks well.
And here's why this matters so much. When you can introduce yourself confidently, you immediately feel more comfortable speaking English. It's like unlocking the door to a conversation. Once the door is open, everything else becomes easier.
We'll also give you examples from moms, workers, students, shy beginners, everyone. By the end, you'll be able to introduce yourself naturally, without freezing or overthinking.
And of course, we'll practice together. So if you're listening while walking, driving, cooking, or getting ready for your day, just repeat with us. You'll sound better every time.
All right, let's start with the basics. Simple phrases you can use in any situation.
Now that we've warmed up, let's get into the real essentials. The simple, powerful phrases you can use to introduce yourself anywhere, anytime, with confidence. These are the foundations of clear communication, and once you master them, everything else becomes easier.
Let's start with your name. It's the first piece of information people expect, and it sets the tone. You can say, "My name is," or, in a shorter and more modern way, "I'm."
For example, my name is Julia, or I'm Julia. Both sound natural. If you want to be friendly, add a little smile in your voice when you say it. Even in audio, people can feel that warmth.
After that, most people want to know what you do. It doesn't have to be specific or complicated. You can say things like, "I'm a student," "I'm a designer," "I work in healthcare," "I work in customer service."
And if you prefer to keep things general, that's fine. You can say, I work in education. I work in sales. I work with computers. It gives people a sense of who you are without giving too many details.
But what if you aren't working at the moment? Many learners worry about that part, but you don't need to. Here are natural options. I'm between jobs right now. I'm studying full-time. I'm taking time to learn new skills. I'm exploring new opportunities.
These expressions are polite, confident, and very common in everyday English.
Now, let's add something most learners forget: a small personal detail. This makes your introduction feel human, friendly, and memorable. It can be something simple like, "I love reading," "I enjoy cooking," "I like watching movies," "I love going for walks."
These tiny details help people connect with you. They create a bridge between you and the other person, and suddenly your introduction feels warm, not mechanical.
Let's practice a complete mini introduction. Repeat after us. My name is Leo. I'm a student. I love music. Nice to meet you.
Here's another example. I'm Sarah. I work in healthcare. I enjoy traveling. Great to meet you.
See how natural that sounds? Clear, simple, friendly. No advanced grammar. No pressure.
And if you want to sound even more conversational, you can add a little opener like, Hi, I'm Anna. Hey, I'm Tom. These are great for casual situations.
Before we move on, here's a quick tip. Speak slowly. Many beginners rush through their introduction because they feel nervous, but when you slow down, you sound more confident, even if your English is basic.
Exactly. And remember, nobody expects perfection. People simply want to understand you. Keeping your introduction short and clear is the best way to do that.
In the next block, we'll help you talk about where you're from, a question almost everyone hears when meeting someone new.
Stay with us because we're just getting started. Now, let's move into one of the most common small talk questions in the world. Where are you from? Whether you're meeting someone online, at work, or while traveling, this question appears everywhere.
And the great thing is, talking about where you're from doesn't need complicated grammar. You can keep it light, simple, and friendly. For example, you can say, I'm from Argentina. I'm from Japan. I'm from Spain. Just one short sentence and you're done.
But here's where many learners struggle. They don't know what to say after mentioning their country. They freeze. The conversation stops. Let's fix that.
Yes, after saying your country, you can add one short detail to help the other person continue the conversation. Something like, I'm from Italy. It's famous for great food. I'm from India. I grew up in a small town. I'm from Mexico. The weather is usually warm. These small details make your answer feel complete and natural.
You can also talk about how long you've lived in another place. This is super common in international conversations. For example, I'm from Chile, but I've been living in Canada for 2 years. Or, I'm from France, but I moved to Germany last year. Or, I'm from Turkey, but I currently live in London.
People love hearing stories about where you come from and where you live now. It creates instant connection.
And if someone asks you, where do you live? You can respond with, I live in, I live near, I live in the north, south, east, or west of.
For example, I live in Lisbon. I live near Madrid. I live in the north of Portugal.
Another useful phrase is, I was born in, but I grew up in. This helps you explain your background clearly. For example, I was born in South Korea, but I grew up in Australia.
And if you have moved around a lot, you can say, I've lived in several places. My family moved a lot when I was young. I've lived here for most of my life.
Adding small pieces of information gives the conversation life. You're not just saying a location, you're sharing a little about your journey.
Now, let's practice a mini dialogue. Listen and imagine you're speaking with someone new.
Where are you from?
I'm from Poland. I moved to Sweden 2 years ago.
That's interesting. Do you like living there?
And notice something important. Your answer doesn't need to be impressive. You don't need to talk about history or geography. Keep it simple. Keep it human.
One more bonus tip. If you feel shy or your pronunciation isn't perfect, don't apologize for your English. Just speak at your pace. Confidence grows with practice.
And being clear about where you're from is one of the easiest ways to sound confident in a new language.
In our next block, we'll help you talk about your daily life, an essential part of every introduction. Now that you can talk about your name, your job, and where you're from, let's move into another essential part of introducing yourself. Talking about your daily life.
Yes. When someone is getting to know you, they usually ask simple questions like, "What do you do every day? What's your routine like? How is your day-to-day life?" You don't need complicated grammar to answer those questions. You only need short, clear sentences. For example, I wake up early. I go to work at 8 o'clock. I study English at night.
You see, that's enough to help someone understand your life. And you can build your answer piece by piece.
Here's a structure you can follow. When you wake up, what you do in the morning, your afternoon activities, your evening routine, something you enjoy doing.
Let's try a simple example using this structure. I wake up at 6. I drink coffee and get ready for work. In the afternoon, I usually work or study. At night, I relax and watch a show. I love listening to music.
That's perfect. Short, natural, and easy to understand. Another way to talk about your routine is by using frequency words. These help explain how often you do something. For example, always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never.
Let's add them into sentences. I usually cook dinner at home. I often go for a walk after work. I sometimes read before bed.
And if you want to make your routine sound friendlier, add one detail that shows your personality. For example, I love morning walks because they help me clear my mind. I always drink tea when I study. It helps me focus. I enjoy talking with my friends on weekends.
These small personal touches make your introduction memorable.
Now, if you want to ask someone about their routine, here are some useful questions. What's your day like? What do you usually do? How do you spend your weekends?
And if you want to keep the conversation going, you can add, "That sounds interesting." "Really? Tell me more." What part of your day do you enjoy the most?
Let's practice a mini dialogue. So, what's your day like?
Well, I wake up around 7. I usually go to the gym in the morning. Then I work until the afternoon. At night, I cook dinner and study English.
Nice. What do you like to cook? See? Simple information leads to natural conversation. And remember, you don't need a perfect routine to talk about it. Your routine is your routine. It's real, and that makes it interesting.
In the next and final section, we'll help you put everything together with a short recap and a friendly conclusion so you can use these skills right away.
Before we close today's episode, let's take a moment to review everything you learned. You now have the essential tools to introduce yourself clearly and confidently in English. No stress, no complicated grammar.
You learned how to say your name in a natural way, how to describe what you do, how to talk about where you're from, and how to share simple details about your daily life. These small pieces of information help people connect with you instantly.
And remember, you don't need long sentences. Short answers are easier to say and easier to understand. That's why this episode focused on building simple, friendly phrases you can use right away.
Every conversation starts with small steps. Introductions are your first opportunity to make a great impression, and now you're ready for that moment.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Keep practicing these sentences, keep speaking with confidence, and keep moving forward.
This is Alex
And Mia.
from English 360 Podcast. See you next time.